Dear Abbot Willibald, our party continued its expedition into the cave system. But soon after getting back underway, our diligence was put to shame when a gnome snuck up behind us, casual as you'd like. Luckily, they alerted us with a polite cough instead of plunging something sharp into one of our backs. They were scouting for a larger group of gnomes who had the same idea as Swan Point. From what I could tell, the sneaker was more mercenary than kinsman to the other gnomes, and when we offered them a cut of any spoils, they happily joined us. There's always a use for someone that light on their feet, providing they can put to rest any temptation for less honourable skullduggery. And useful the gnome turned out to be. Together with Nim, they creep forward silent as shadow, to warn us of any dangers further ahead. A fine aim they also turned out to be once steel was drawn. After dispatching a salamander, we entered what appeared to be the final series of excavated chambers. The final one held an iron sarcophagus, large enough to hold 4 men. I deciphered the inscription, and it purported to be the final resting place of a servant of the Iron Duke. You read that right, an adherent to the archdevil of the 2nd level of hell. Brother Tyrnald will have no doubt eaten his own habit at a chance to study it further. Instead, strongly suspecting it housed our would-be vampire, Polaris and Electricy came up with a righteously devious plan to electrify the sarcophagus as a wee wake-up call with a magical wand we'd found earlier in the caves. And wake up the foul demon worshipper did. He burst forth from his tomb, large as a grizzly bear, clad in rusted plate, and holding a wicked mace. His skin was desiccated, and the cast of the undead hung heavily upon him. He moved lively enough, and landed a crushing blow, first on Electricy, and then on myself, when I charged in to help. But our fellows, their missiles and magic guided by St. Cuthbert's divinity, loosed 2 unerring volleys, and found every crack and crevice in the fiend's armour, dropping him before he could send one of us to Arcadia. We collected an impressive haul of riches from the vampire's lair, and returned to the entrance of the caves. There we found the gnomes, the humperding twirly miners or something like that. They were most thankful that we had made the cavern safe, and agreed to exercise good sense and to seal off the imp's chamber before starting their operations. We travelled back to Swan Point, initially flushed with victory, but on waking the next day, it was clear that Electricy had come down with some ailment. You know I've no head for poultices or mundane ailments, but after a cursory examination, I'm convinced he's suffering from no simple illness, but a curse and disease in one. Mummy rot. I've plans to haul him off to the Temple of Pelor, kicking and screaming if I have to, at the next chance. I can only pray that they have someone capable of undoing this foulness, and if not, at least know of someone who can, lest I find I need to bury a companion so early into my journeys.